Hi, welcome to Senior Fitness with Sandy with Kev's Gym. Today we're going to be doing a seated chair yoga. So what you need is a nice sturdy chair, preferably one without arms, and we can get started. Great. So if you've done yoga before, you know yoga is really about two things. Number one, it's about your breath, that nice even inhale and exhale. And number two, it's about your mind, about clearing your mind, letting go of all the worries, all the tensions of the day, and really focusing on the different stretches, on the different yoga flows, and really thinking about how your body feels as you go through the different movements. Are you ready? All right, let's go. So today we're going to be learning a yoga flow called Salutation to the Moon. So let's try it one time before we get started. So sitting up nice and tall in that chair, sitting away from the back of that chair, practicing that unsupported seat, practicing that balance. Feet are flat on the floor. Take those hands and go ahead and lace those fingers. Put them there right at your waist. And I want you to exhale. Think about that nice deep exhale as you come out with those arms, rounding them out like a nice full moon. So let's try it together right here. Good. Now we're going to raise those arms as we inhale, right up over that head. Lifting through that core, lifting through that diaphragm. That's our rising moon right there. Tracking with our eyes up to that rising moon. And now we're going to tilt slightly over to the left. Nice and controlled as we exhale. That's our half moon. Hold it here for one breath in and out. And nice and controlled back to center. Give it a little pause. And then a little dip over to the right, right there. Feeling that nice stretch through the sides of those abs. Good. And here's our one breath in, one breath out. Again, nice and controlled, nice and strong, back up to center, watching those arms come back down right where we started, back to full moon. Good. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our stretches. In between our stretches today, we'll do our Salutation to the Moon flow to help us reset, kind of clear our mind, and just give us an all-over feeling of wellness and relaxation. All right, so for our first stretch, sitting up nice and tall, just taking that chin, I want you to look over that left shoulder. Good. Now I want you to come back nice and slow. No quick movements with this yoga. Nice even in and out breaths. As you feel that stretch through the side of your neck, coming back to center again, looking great. One more time, I want you to challenge yourself with this last one, really bringing that head around, really feeling that stretch. And this one we're gonna hold. Here's our one breath in and one breath out. Good. And again, nice and strong and slow back to center. Fantastic. You ready for the other side? Let's look over that right shoulder now. Good. Getting that range of motion through that neck. Back to center. And again, over that right shoulder, bring it around. Now we move through these stretches like we're doing, calling it a dynamic stretch as we move. So we can, as I said before, reset. Think about how our body feels through the stretches. Go ahead, here's our last one. We're gonna bring it around. We're gonna hold this one. One inhale, one exhale. Good, and back around to center. And not only thinking about how our body feels, but on that third stretch, when we hold, really challenging ourselves and getting deep into that stretch. You'll notice the more times you do it, the more flexible you'll become by that third time. All right, let's go to our flow. So those fingers are laced right there at our waist. We're exhaling out to full moon. Getting a little shoulder stretch there. Inhaling up, rising moon. Feel that diaphragm lift. And then we're exhaling over to half moon left. Getting nice and deep, letting it hang. Hold it there. One inhale, one exhale. Nice and controlled back to center. And here's the key here. We're going to do a little pause so momentum doesn't take over. And we control the movement now as we go down into half moon right here. Stretching out through the other side of our body, through those abs. Up through that torso, holding it there. One inhale, one exhale. Very nice. Back up to center, nice and controlled, nice and slow. And then never just letting those arms fall, but you control that motion, thinking about the movement, bringing them down right to center. Very nice, good. I want you to hold those hands just like you have them right out in front, and go ahead this time and open up those knees. We're going to do a little bit more of a extended torso stretch, a little bit through that lower back and those hips. So this time I want you to turn towards that left knee and then come back to center. Good. And again, towards that left knee, getting that range of motion through those hips. And back to center, nice and slow. That in and out breath. Last one towards that knee, you're looking good. Now, instead of just holding it here, what I want you to do is I want you to lean out, folding out those hips, keeping that spine straight, coming out towards that knee, pressing with the back of those hands, almost as if there's an imaginary wall right in front of you, pushing out, getting a little bit of that shoulder stretch and that lower back through those hips, holding it there. And now here's our one breath in and one breath out. Go ahead and sit it back up nice and tall, back to that straight spine. Fantastic. Back to center, give it a little pause. Now we're going out towards that right knee. A little half twist. Think about how those ribs feel as you move around, back to center. Good. And back towards that right knee again. Feel those shoulders stretching out through those arms, through that those fingertips as you keep the arms out in front of you. Think about your breath in and out, nice and even. No deep breaths here yet. But now as we bring it around out towards that right knee, here comes our hold. You ready? So we're going to fold right at that torso. That means keeping that spine nice and tall, coming out, feeling that lower back stretch, pushing out with the back of those hands as much as you can, really feeling everything from fingertips down to lower back to those hips. Chin is up, holding it here. One inhale, one exhale, and then sitting up nice and tall, nothing fast. Control every movement, really challenge that core strength, and then come back to center again. All right, go ahead and bring those arms down. Give those shoulders a little break. Bring those knees together. Are you ready to go back to our flow? Let's clear that mind. Let's exhale out to full moon. Inhale up to rising moon. Lift through that diaphragm, and then exhale out to left half moon as you exhale. Good. One inhale, one exhale. Nice and slow, back up to center. Looking great. Do a little pause. Half moon right now. Exhale down. And we're going to give it a hold here. One inhale, one exhale, and back up to center. You'll notice each time as we do this flow that you'll be able to get a little deeper into those different movements that we do. And nice and controlled back down to center. We're going to give those arms a break, but we don't want to just let those arms fall. We want to control that movement. Go ahead and put them down on top of our legs now. All right, moving down that body, let's go down to our legs just a little bit. I want you to take that right leg and bring it out to the heel. Still sitting up nice and tall, sitting away from the back of that chair. We're going to do that fold. So again, it's not a curve, it's not a rounding of that spine. It's a simple fold right at your waist, trying to bring that chest down to that knee. Now we won't touch the knee with our chest, but we're going to go towards it, and we're going to get a nice hamstring stretch. So let's try it. Coming down nice and easy towards that knee. Right when you feel that stretch, that's your cue to stop. And then you're going to set it up nice and controlled, nice and slow, back to that straight spine. Now remember, we're moving through these stretches so that we can reset and get a little deeper each time. So let's try it again. Paying attention to that inhale, exhale, nice even tempo of that breath. Coming down, you should be a little deeper each time. And then back up. Good. All right, last one, really challenging yourself, really getting as close as you can to that knee, folding right at the waist. Good, spine is nice and straight, we're holding it there. Here's one breath in, nice and deep, and one breath out. Great, go ahead and sit it back up straight first. Again, not doing anything fast. And think about those vertebrae one at a time, coming back up nice and straight. Good. And then bringing that heel back. So the sequence of events in yoga is very important for mindfulness too. So paying attention to that. So we're going to that left leg now. You're looking fantastic. We're bringing it out to that heel. Same thing, chest to that knee, stopping when you feel that stretch. Nice and tall, folding at that waist, bringing it down right there. Now you might find that one side's a little tighter than the other, and that's very normal. Sitting it back up nice and tall. For me, it's my left side, so I can't go down as far at first. But as I move into the stretches, breathing in and out, it loosens up. It's a nice, gentle way to get that flexibility. And then coming back up nice and tall. Good. All right, last time we're going to fold at those hips. We're going to come down. We're going to hold it for one breath. Ready? So let's come down nice and deep. Good. And then we're going to hold it for one inhale, one exhale. Sitting up tall, back in that chair. Fantastic. Good. Now go ahead and bring that heel back in towards the front of that chair. Nice and slow. Check that posture in that chair. Make sure those shoulders are back. Go ahead and lace those fingers. Let's go back into our flow. So inhale, exhale out to full moon. Inhale up to rising moon. Exhale, a half moon left right there. Bringing it over. Good. Notice how you're getting a little deeper each time, a little deeper stretch. Here's our one inhale, one exhale. Back up to center. Good. Little pause. Use that core strength and half moon right, bringing it over. Really sinking deep down into that stretch. Feel it through your side. One inhale, one exhale. Fantastic. Go ahead and bring it back up to center one last time. Good. And remember, nice and controlled as you bring those arms down. Be good to yourself. Don't let them just fall down. Great. All right. Let's move down to an important part of the body that we don't think about a whole lot with stretching, but it's the ankles. So remember, with our stretches here, we're not only aiming to get flexibility, but also range of motion through the different joints. So let's concentrate on that ankle, and in doing so, we're going to stretch out the foot as well. So I want you to look at your right foot right now. I want you to bring it out one more time out to that heel. And this time I want you to raise that leg a little bit. Now, before I do that, I want to tell you, if raising that leg is too much on that lower back, for this one, you can go ahead and use the back of that chair to support that lower back, because really the focus here is not our core with this stretch, it's our lower body right here with our ankle and our feet. So if you need to use the back of that chair, you go ahead. Raising that leg up, I just want you to point that toe and then flex it back. So coming forward, and then when we come back towards the shin, that's called a dorsiflex. And you're going to feel it more in the back of the leg. And when you come forward, you feel it in the front of the leg. So it's a super simple stretch. and it gets that range of motion through that ankle. Good. Couple more times. Now, if that's hurting you to keep that leg out there, you can use those hands to sort of support that leg if that doesn't hurt you, to kind of hold it there, but forward and back. Good. Forward and back. Now this time when we come forward, we're going to hold it there, really pointing as much as we can. Really feel that stretch. Scrunch those toes up, get those in there too, and we're going to inhale and exhale. Good. And then we're going to come back towards the front of the leg. Think about leading with that heel, like you're trying to push your heel into a wall right in front of you. Trying to touch those toes to the front of your leg. And we're going to hold this one inhale, one exhale. Very nice. Go ahead and slowly release that leg down onto the floor. Again, nothing quick, nothing falling. Don't let gravity take over. Go ahead and bring that heel back. And just for some variety, for the sake of this little introductory video, we're going to go to this left leg, and I'm going to show you a slightly different stretch for this foot. So normally we would do one side and the other the same, but for today I want to show you just a little bit of variety. So we're going to go to that left heel out, okay? And now for this one, we're going to get the side to side range of motion. Now for this one, if you were sitting towards the back of the chair, I would recommend you come up a little bit. That's going to give you some more movement in that ankle, get more of your leg off that chair. And then this one is called Windshield Wipers. All right, and you'll see why. What you're going to do is you're going to pretend your foot is like the windshield wiper of the car. It's going to go from one side, nice and controlled, and then back into the other. Good. And then back up nice and tall with that foot, and then coming down that outside of that foot, coming towards that floor. And you're going to feel that stretch sort of through the side of your legs, but it's getting that range of motion through the ankle joint, coming up tall with that foot, and then the inside of the foot now comes down towards that floor. You're going to feel that up through the inside of your legs. Good. Great. How about one more time? We'll hold this one. Coming down as deep as you can, really bringing that foot down, holding it there. Check that posture. One inhale, lifting through that core, one exhale. Very nice. Coming back to center. The inside of that foot now comes towards that floor. You get as deep as you can. Good. Really feel that stretch. Fantastic. One inhale. One exhale, and back up to center. So as we build that range of motion in that ankle joint, we're also strengthening it too. And strong ankles make for great balance and make walking and all sorts of different modes of mobility that much easier. So it's a very important stretch. So we're going to go ahead and bring that foot back up towards the front of the chair. Let's go ahead and adjust. Think about that posture. We're going to clear our mind one more time. We're going to lace those fingers, forgetting about all the cares, all the worries. We're exhaling out to full moon. Inhaling up to rising moon. Think about that diaphragm lifting. Exhaling over to half moon left. Good. One inhale. One exhale. Back to center. Looking great. Little pause, half moon right, here we go. Exhaling down, and deep, deep, deep in that stretch. And here's one inhale, one exhale, and back up to center one last time. Now this time what I want you to do is I want you to push the back of your hands up towards the ceiling as much as you can, really getting that good overall torso ab stretch right through that core, nice and tall with that spine, filling those lungs. And now this time as you exhale, I want those hands to come apart just like this, nice and slow, blowing out all the cares, all the worries, all the tensions of your day, all the way down. Fantastic. Great job. Well, I hope that gave you a little bit of an idea, a small idea of what yoga is all about, and I hope it brought you some peace and relaxation and some flexibility to your day. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.